What is up, everybody? Excuse me if y'all hear the mic rattling, but this is Nightmare Comics 1. And I just got done reading Green Lantern 67. So I was so excited by that ending. I figured I'd come on here and at least share what I thought of the War of Green Lanterns in general. If y'all don't know, that let's put it like this, okay? I was so satisfied by the way this event ended. It reminded me why I love comic books, like dead serious. Like that was in the middle of my stack, and I read that, and I was like, you know what? I have to take a break now because I can't read anything else after that. I was so shocked by the ending. But anyway, let me get started. Pretty much the gist of the event. There's a fallen guardian named Krona. He's going around taking all the entities of the different Lantern Corps, like the Star Sapphire one, Parallax, the Sinestro Corps one, the one for Hope, I forget what the one for the Blue Lanterns, the Indigo Tribe, all that good stuff. And when he has Parallax, he puts Parallax inside of the power battery, where Ion and all that stuff is. And well, not Ion, my bad. Well, he puts Parallax inside of the green power battery, and it corrupts the lanterns. It corrupts the Green Lanterns. They all go crazy, and they all start doing things or whatever. So, oh yeah. First, I have to say, Sinestro, Atrocitus, Carol, and Larfleeze and Indigo, they all get put inside of the Book of Black. Like they all get sucked inside of there, and their rings disappear along with them. Okay. Now, keep in mind that the Green Lantern Corps has been corrupted now. Everyone's going nuts, with the exception of Kilowog, because that's how strong his will is. Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, Guy Gardner, and John Stewart. They believe the reason being is because all of them have been exposed to Parallax before. But yeah, and Corona takes Kilowog and he breaks him, whatever. The Earth Lanterns, they realize that they can't keep on this green ring, so they'll go crazy also. So they take off their green rings, but they need a way to fight Corona and take the core back or whatever, right? So they all choose with the rings that Hal got after Sinestro and all of them got sucked into the Book of Black. They all chose rings. Hal chose the Sinestro core ring. What did I can't remember. Hal chose the Sinestro Corps ring. Kyle chose the Blue Lantern Corps ring. Was it Guy chose the Red Lantern Corps ring because the reason being, see, Hal chose the Sinestro Corps ring because, as y'all know, he was Parallax before. He was possessed by Parallax, and during the Sinestro Corps War, he used the yellow rings, so he was more familiar with them, so he felt more comfortable, with the Sinestro Corps ring. Kyle, that was just luck of the draw. He just decided to choose. He just shows hope. As y'all know, Guy got turned into a Red Lantern during Blackest Night, so he chose that ring because why go with something about, what I mean? And at the end, John had a choice between Orange and Star Sapphire. At first he was going to choose Orange, and then Hal told him, no, that's not a good idea. I've seen what that ring does to people. You don't want to be like that. Trust me, put on this one. So John puts on the Star Sapphire one, and then, they all, they think of ways to defeat Krona. Then they get into a dispute. Kyle thinks they should go after Krona. No. What happened? Hal thinks they should go after Krona. Hal and Guy go after Krona. Meanwhile, Kyle and John, they go to. And by the way, this is full of spoilers. I'm sorry. Meanwhile, Kyle and John, they go to Mogo's planet because Mogo has been corrupted now. You know what I mean? If you don't know, Mogo is the giant planet that's also a Green Lantern. He's also in charge of. When a Green Lantern dies, he's the one that guides the ring to the next Lantern that takes over. So, yeah, but they go, trying to uncorrupt Mogo and all that stuff. But then they're met by an army of Lanterns, and John and John and Kyle, they don't know what to do. So in one last rash decision, John kills Mogo because he has no choice. And if you don't know how wild that's just wild. Think about it. When every Green Lantern dies, I know I'm skipping shit. Read the event. This is just a brief review. This is just me. I'm so excited about it. I can't begin to tell y'all. But when every Green Lantern dies, the Ring goes and finds a suitable replacement in the closest sector. You know what I mean? The Rings are now directionless now because Mogo is dead. That was his job. That's what he did. Mogo is dead now. That's mind-boggling. And then we find out Corona's whole idea when Hal and Guy go to fight him is to to make his own Guardians, pretty much control the Green Lantern Corps himself. So he tries to turn Hal and Guy into Guardians, but John and Kyle, they come, they make the save. Kyle's pissed at John for killing Mogo, and somehow, I'm not going to spoil how, but they get Parallax out of the green power battery, and as a result of doing that, they release the Green Lantern Corps, they're uncorrupted and all that stuff. Then they all take off their rings, even though Guy has a little bit of trouble with his. I'm not going to explain why, just read it, but he has a little bit of trouble with his, and but everything is working out. So now all the Green Lanterns are united, one final stand against Corona and all the entities that he's gathered together and all that good stuff. Before they fight Corona, Hal and Kyle, they find the Book of Black. And Hal tells Kyle, we need you to go in there, we need you to rewrite some stuff, draw over some stuff so they can get out. Because the Book of Black is like, it's pretty much, it prophesizes everything, with the Corps, what I mean? It's almost like kind of like the Book of Oa. It's not the same thing though, but it prophesies a lot of stuff with the Corps because, as you know, Atrocitus, Sinestro, and Carol and Larfleeze, they're all trapped inside of this book. So on their way out or whatever, as you know, they, the Green Lantern Corps are saved now. So Hal tries to get the rings back to all of them, but the rings don't go to them. The command is overwritten because Corona still has control of all the entities or whatever. But they do all escape the Book of Black, and Hal's he's on the verge of death and all that stuff. And Corona, he asks them, why would you sacrifice yourself for the Guardians? All the flaws they have, and they don't give a damn about you. Every time something happens, they don't shed a tear. They just move on to the next person. Why do you care? He was like, because I believe in the Corps, and I believe in the potential the Corps has. And meanwhile, Sinestro is watching all this, and even though Sinestro's a bad guy, he's taken aback by Hal's courage right now. You can tell he's just like, he's pretty much shocked and admiring what Hal's doing right now. He's courageous, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, the Guardians have problems, but we help them. You know what I mean? Like we are the ones that help them. More so than them helping us and all that stuff. And the Corps could be something amazing and all that stuff. And I'm willing to die for the Corps. And then Sinestro says something like, "As am I," or something like that. And then he jumps on Corona and knocks him down or whatever. And as he does that, as I told you, the rings have all denied, the Star Sapphire ring that came off of Carol's finger, the orange ring that came off Larfleeze's finger, the red ring that came off of Atrocitus' finger, and the Sinestro Corps ring that came off of Sinestro's finger. They all denied all of them. Like those rings denied all of them. Again, they said because Corona had control of the entities. But there was a green ring. I can't remember who it belonged to. I just read this. I can't remember. But there was a green ring nearby. And after Sinestro did that, the ring jumps on Sinestro's finger. Sinestro. And it says, "Thou Sinestro of Sector whatever, you have shown that you can overcome great fear. Welcome to the Green Lantern Corps." And it's Sinestro decked out in the Green Lantern costume. and he's a Green Lantern again. Sinestro, a Green Lantern again. And they all fight Corona and they kill Corona. Meanwhile, after that or whatever, everything goes back to normal. Carol gets her ring back. Trostus gets his ring back. Lar flees, he gets his ring back. It's just a funny moment with Lar flees too. And everything goes back to normal with them. But the Guardians are mad at Hal. You know what I mean? They're pissed because Hal broke a lot of rules to try and get things back to normal. And they're just mad. It was like, we need to sort things out. Everybody's looking at Sinestro like, take that damn ring off. You know what I mean? You're Sinestro. You know what I mean? You're the cause of all our heartache. Through the years, you've done a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Take that ring off. They ain't say it like that, but pretty much that's what went down. And they told Hal, like, no, you don't get to tell anybody what they can do anymore. You know what I mean? You are hereby discharged from the Green Lantern Corps. And they take his ring and they send him back to Earth. And then Hal says, I can't believe it's going to end like this. And then there's a thing in the corner that says, come back September, Green Lantern #1, starring Sinestro with a question mark. That is the most epic ending ever. I cannot believe what I read. Cannot believe what I read. Like, I can't read anything else today, I don't think. I cannot believe Sinestro is a Green Lantern again. I can't imagine he'll be that way for long, but I cannot believe that. That floored me. That floored. There's been two things that I've read in the past 2 weeks that have floored me. That and Batman Knights Avengers #2, where we find out that I'm just gonna ruin this because y'all should have read it by now. But Batman Knights Avengers is a Flashpoint tie in the Batman one. Well, we find out that in addition to Thomas Wayne being Batman now, because the timeline screwed up thanks to Professor Zoom, Martha Wayne is the Joker. That floored me too. But I don't think it floored me as much as this floored me. That was crazy. I haven't even finished having my stuff. I still got X-Men Schism right here. I still got Hulk right here. I got a lot of stuff right here. I got a lot of stuff. But that's my pick of the week. And I haven't even got through the rest of my stuff. That's my pick of the week. I'll let y'all later, man. Peace. And all that commotion of me getting all hyped and marking out, which I did because that was amazing. But in the midst of me doing all that, I forgot to actually give an actual review of what I actually thought of the overall story. The art is great, and I think everyone that was writing it, or everybody that was drawing it, the art was great. All the writing was good from Tomasi, Johns, and Bedard. I thought Bedard's parts were the most exciting, though, to be honest. Minus Jeff Johns' part this week. But to be honest with you, as single issues, I thought the event did move kind of slow, but I never thought it was bad. I thought it was moving kind of slow, though. But I think as a trade, this will read phenomenally. Like, when this trade comes out, I think everybody needs to get this straight up, because as a trade, I truly believe that this will read phenomenally. Like, this book will be regarded much higher as a trade than it is now, because there are parts of it in the single issues that were kind of slow. But as a trade, if you can read it all right there, all at one time, I really think that this story will knock your socks off straight up. Even if you don't necessarily like Green Lantern, you know what I mean? Basic synopsis, evil guy takes control of every color of the spectrum, and he wants to control the most revered one in the Green Lantern Corps, and the ones from Earth have to stop him. That's basic synopsis. Even though I've spoiled the whole thing, if you watched all this video, I've pretty much spoiled the whole thing. But as I say, spoilers. But yeah, this was crazy. I'm telling you, that ending floored me. I'm telling you, that ending floored. If you can't tell, that ending floored me straight up. But I want to know what more people thought of this. So just leave your thoughts and comments and below, or hit me up on Twitter or whatever, and just let me know what you thought. Anyways, I'll holler at y'all later. Peace. I'm going for real this time. Bye-bye.